Okay. All right, now it's starting. Sorry. So this is actually a laptop a customer sent me because mine broke, and so I'm still kind of learning. It's the same kind. I'm used to using a Mac, but it's newer, and so I'm still like messing with the settings because I had my other one forever, so I didn't have to do all of these things over again. So I have two different applications recording, so hopefully one of them is successful.
Okay, perfect.
So we shall start. Hello, everyone. I'm Stephanie, CEO and founder of Total Lip Service, and this is...
Hi, I'm Tyra.
Hello. So Tyra is a kind of long-time client. Usually we do this in the initial excitement, like right when they kind of get those first few calls, because that's when everyone's chipper about it. But I think I'm going to really enjoy this because Tyra here has actually been doing this for over a year.
Yes.
And so it's cool to see where someone is kind of a year later, to see if they are still excited or, what the deal is. So I want to jump in. I meant to write down the questions, but I did not. And so I'm just going to go over what I think most people want to hear. So first, let's start by why did you want to become a phone sex operator in the first place?
I wanted a way to make money online at home. I had, I guess not to get too personal, I had dropped out of college or whatever. So I wanted a way to just kind of make the same amount of money that I was making at a minimum wage job, but make it from home. So I had been watching you guys' videos for a while, so I decided to finally do the Diva package.
Yeah. So, okay. So if I remember correctly, did you buy the Diva package all out, or did you do the payment plan?
I did the payment plan.
Perfect. So you actually, and let me know if I do have an elephant of a memory. So, I went to school for research, and so I do remember people and their stories quite well, typically. So if I'm not mistaken, you actually started taking calls before completing the entire package.
Yeah, I took calls right after I got my bio.
Okay.
So I didn't even have a layout yet, and I just had started taking calls. So yes. Mm-hmm.
And so, do you remember your first call?
Not really.
It's okay. I know we all remember our first call, but maybe not. I don't remember my very, 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 very first phone sex call at all, no. I just remember lots of hang-ups because, hey, we didn't have a course back then, so. So, you were expecting to make minimum wage, but what is it that you did make?
So I made actually well above what I was making at, my little minimum wage job. I made about, I would estimate, I just filed my taxes, so it was about $47,000, but I would say just round it up to $50K last year. And the year before that, when I was working minimum wage, I made $16,000 that entire year. So
sorry for the face. That's my biggest thing about being on video. Sometimes I forget. I'm so used to being on phone sex calls, I forget people can see my face. Wow. Okay. And you started around, what was that, February, March?
February, yes.
Okay. And so 50-something odd. Okay. And that brought up another, about how many, because I remember doing the kind of, you're the one who shared the screenshots in the group. And so, about how many hours of calls would you say you typically spend in a week?
Maybe like 30. I mean, no, not. Sometimes 25 to like 30 hours a week. Yeah.
Okay. And what is your rate?
So they vary. Like my least expensive line is $169, and then the most expensive is $299. So okay. $169, $199, $169, $199, and $299.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that would be about. Sorry. Okay, so that's about $1,800 a week. If it's 30 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And let's say on average, that was 11 months, so about $5,000 a month. Okay. So kind of part-time-ish. If that makes sense. Okay. And I'm assuming 30 hours logged in.
Yeah, logged in. Sometimes, like I said, I try to hit like 40 an hour because I just feel like, this is like such a great opportunity that I get to make money from home. So like, why not do 8-hour days? I don't have to, but I mean, why not, but I guess it depends on like the day for me,
Okay. So because new people will be watching this, I'm just going to stop and explain. So the way it works, we log in and then we wait for calls. And so login time, let's say about 30, 40 hours. Actual talk time, if you're making, let's say $1,250 a week divided by, wait, I get really weird with my math. Okay, so yeah, it's about 15 hours actually talking. So it's like 15 hours actually working. And then the rest of the hours, you can watch Netflix. You can fuck your boyfriend, you can clean the house, and all of those kind of things. So luckily, I know a lot of people are working at home, and I used to work at home. And sadly, I started working at home. Like I was kind of it's before I got really good at phone sex. So I wasn't making much with phone sex, but I was used to kind of that. And then I started working at home for like Neiman Marcus or something. And I was like, oh shit, when they say 40 hours, they mean 40 hours of actual work,
Yeah.
So, okay, so about 15 hours.
Yeah.
Do you know your most profitable day?
My most profitable day, I think I had made like 2,500.
Oh, okay.
I think that was about 2,500. It was such a crazy day. Like can I go into this?
Yeah, no, tell me about all this. Yeah, please. That's what we want to hear about. Everyone's like, yeah, bitch. Skip to the money. So yes.
Yeah, I had it was like last summer actually. I think it was June or July. And I had like been going strong or whatever. I think at that time I had like created my second like model, like phone sex model. So now I had like 2 girls that I was taking calls on, and then like I don't know, but it was just a crazy day where like so many guys were just like calling me, and I think like I have this theory where they see that you're like busy on one line, right, and then they'll like continue to call you because it's kind of like this thing where they want to call you because they see other guys are interested in you as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like my phone was off the hook. It was insane. It was
Perfect. Fun. So that's some people's month income, week income in a day. So yeah, that's fucking amazing. Especially in your first year. I always get just a tad envious of the total lip service girls because it's like, man, my first year as a phone sex operator, I was making like $20, $30 a week, And so, and even when I was working for a job that paid hourly, it was about a little bit above minimum wage. And I was still getting paid like $300-400 a week. You know, this was years ago, so minimum wage was nothing. And so, you know, it took so long, 3 years, to actually get to where you guys kind of just start out as, you know. So it's amazing though, you know, which is why I created Total Lip Service, is because when I was at that first year phase, I'm like, God, like, why isn't there some help for this, you know, to be able to make that. So it is amazing that, you know, you guys have this and that it's actually working, you know, so that's awesome. Okay, so what would you say now, a year, well, okay, let's see. So what would you say now, a year later, has this changed you in any way, or your lifestyle in any way?
For sure. One thing I want to say is like it has really changed the way that I see money in the world, and like how, like what I believe I can do, and just like how much money I'm able to make, and like it, I don't know, like I just feel like I'm more confident. I don't even like to take public transportation anymore. And I know that sounds so bad, but like I was just so used to like just I'm Uber everywhere, or like, you know, like when I save up enough to like get a car, you know. So it's now I just feel like I think you guys talked about it before, like you're more bougie.
Yeah.
You're a total diva, and I already was one. So I just feel like now with the confidence of like knowing that, you know, it's an unlimited amount of money out there, you know, just got to get out there and log on the lines. It's fun. So I'm way more confident now. Just in like my ability to do what it is that I want in life. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it definitely had that same effect on me, and I think a lot of people, as far as there's this common view that there has to be a struggle when it comes to money. You know, like people, when they hear easy money, you hear people say all the time, there is no easy money. And that's just such a load. That's only people with no money say that, you know, or only people working very hard for money could say that, you know, but it really is, you know. When you know, when you, of course, it does take a skill set, which, okay, so we can circle back to that. When it comes to us, Total Lip Service, how do you think that affected your phone sex journey and your phone sex career? Now being on the calls, you know, I know before purchasing something like this, you're like, do I need this? Now that you're on the calls, and what would you say about someone who is in that position? Like, well, do I need this? Do I need the training? Do I need these things?
I would tell them, like, yeah, you do need it, and go ahead and invest in yourself. One thing I noticed, you know, like I said, the day I started taking calls before I even got a layout, like right after I got the bio, I was like, oh my God, like I literally just have words on my, you know, like night flirt listing, but, you know, like I'm making money now, you know, and I'll be honest, I did try to create an account well before I even signed up for Total Lip Service and, you know, invested in the Diva package.
Does. Yes.
No calls at all. No money. Like, I think I was actually on Night Flirt for several months before I even signed up for Total Lip Service.
Oh, yeah. Most people do. Don't worry. Yeah, I would have too, you know?
Yeah, I tried. So I tried, but it just didn't work out. And because I didn't really know how to navigate the site. I didn't know really, you know, really much about phone sex. I did work for a line prior to investing in Total Lip Service, but I wasn't formally trained or anything like that. So I am so grateful for the course. And it helps even more the fact that, you know, like two like wonderful, you know, like Black women created it. That just inspired me as well,
Yay.
you know, so, yeah.
So, when it comes, because I actually didn't know that, so you were working on a phone sex line before. When you took the course, since you did have calls, did you have those moments of being like, oh, that's what that was? Or any kind of, if you know what I mean, like, did you have any kind of aha moments in the course?
Yeah, I did. Like, taking the course and then, like, you know, just kind of going back in my memory of, like, the calls that I had already taken on, like, the other line that I was working for previously. I was like, wow, there was a lot of calls that I may have, you know, like, missed out on, or, like, I just didn't have any idea, like, what they were talking about. So, like, it just helped me so much, and it still helps me to this day, you know, like, just thinking about everything, like, that, you know, was covered in the course. And you know, like, sometimes I even have to, like, think, like, okay, what did we learn, or what, go back to my notes or whatever, and just, like, refresh, because, you know, it's real. Like, it can really make or break, like, how long you can, like, stay on that call or not. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, even myself, like, sometimes I'll be on the call, and especially those tips for the road where we're like, pay attention, you know. I remember when we recorded that, and I think I might have talked about it on the course. I had a customer who I've had a lot of times, and I know if you talk to this customer and you make less than $1,000, you were not on your shit, you know. And I will never forget, because I learned that important lesson right before we recorded the course. He was talking to me. I made like a $75 tip, or maybe $200, whatever it was not $1,000, you know, and it was because I knew him. So I'm like, okay, I can half-ass listen and still get by, you know. But even that, you know, I was looking at my ratings, and so for me as well, having to remember even my old self in that 1 year excitement, you know, of things. So right now, we're kind of building on to Total Lip Service. So without telling our secrets, you know, we are launching our own platform very soon. And in the midst of that, I haven't actually taken a salary from Total Lip Service. I put it back into the business. And so I'm back on calls, you know. 8 years from when I started. And so it's a little different 8 years later, you know, in a way. But I always put myself in the mindset of that person who's been working a regular 9 to 5 for 8 years. Like, people stay on jobs 40 years and shit, you know. And so anytime I'm like, you know, a damn call, I think, like, you know, because I've been so spoiled for so long, like, I have to remind myself, like, people put on clothes to go to work. You know what I mean? Like, it took me so long to get ready for this, because I'm so not used to looking presentable. You know, like, I never look presentable, you know, at all. And so, you know, like, and it gives me so much appreciation, and to know, you know, like that, you know, Sunday I had a $650 call, and he did all the talking. It was great. God.
I love this.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was great. And to think, like, man, there was a time before phone sex that was my biggest paycheck. You know, my best job, which was the one for Neiman's, I was making $600 every 2 weeks. Or, no, maybe it was every week. But either way, I thought that was big money, you know? And it's, I mean, it's just like night and day, crazy, you know. So, okay, let's see. Hold on, let me just check the recordings. Okay, good. Oh, yay, perfect. Let's see. I should have wrote down questions. What would you say then your most fun types of callers are? Your most fun niche, or your best caller?
I guess my best, like, well, I won't go into the caller specifically, but, like, my favorite niche is actually like the small penis humiliation. I don't know. Like, I think I like just tap into like.
You can go into the caller specifically. Kind of, just don't say his name. It makes it more fun. So it's fine.
I have so many of them though. Like they just call. But then I'll talk about someone specific. But like, yeah, I just really like the small penis humiliation calls, and I don't know. It's just like exciting getting into like this little. I don't know, like devilish, like kind of girl, and she's like making fun of the guy or whatever, and I like it's just so insane how they like really like that. I don't know. So those are fun calls.
And it's something I always wish I could do in real life. You know, and I love hearing stories about women that have. Like I have had callers who just said flat out, you know, like, and actually the caller that I was talking to, he was a small penis humiliation person, and just with the mix of everything, and just it was really crazy. I'm supposed to be a 48-year-old white lady, but it's really, and so I do use parts of my life, but you know, some is just kind of, you know, made up. But you know, we did go to the same, or I went to a university that his mom went to and stuff like that. He actually grew up in Texas. And so thinking about him in Texas, it just made it that much. It's like, you know, I know this type of white man. He's an attorney, and you know, I did some crimes. I know a lot of attorneys, but you know, but it was just insane, and it was really like he really was pathetic, and sometimes it's just really great to be able to tell a guy like, wow, you know, just the truth, like you are a pathetic. Yeah. You know?
yeah. You know, you just get into the role, man. It's just like so funny.
Yay! So, describe your characters online. You don't have to say the names, but just how do they look, and you know, your different personas.
Yeah. So my first girl, she's a brunette, petite, cute, and you know, she's like. Supposed to be like this like housewife girl, sweet, flirty or whatever. And then my second girl, she's like a BDSM like goddess, platinum blonde hair, and like she doesn't take any shit from anyone. Ooh, and then my third girl, I created her like back in November, so she's like fairly new still, I would say. She's like a you know, like brunette blonde highlights, and she's like this spoiled brat, and she just wants what she wants, but she's also like always super horny, I guess. Ooh. So, yeah.
Nice. So how do you feel playing different personas? Have you discovered any things about yourself that you didn't know?
You know, I really like doing this because, like, I actually did have an interest in acting before.
Okay.
I started phone sex, so it kind of helps me in a way. Like, if I was to like pursue it more, which I really haven't done, but like, I just think like, just overall, I've learned that. You know, I like generous men. It's also, you know, phone sex also helped me with my dating life.
Ooh.
And, you know,
how
like
so
I just, what?
How so? Do it help you with your dating life?
It helped me because like all of these men, right? They're calling me on this site. They don't know really who I am. They're spending their money on me. They're hardworking, you know, like well-to-do men. Some of them even give me advice. And so it helps me to see that there are good men out there. Not that I didn't believe that before, but it helps me just kind of, I guess, be ruthless in a way in my dating life. You know, like I don't really settle for anything less than what I want.
Yes.
So, you know, it helps with everything.
Yeah, same here. It really did help me. It really did help me understand that. And it just gave me this like deep understanding of men, period. and a way to know, like, men really are so simple. You know, like they're so like simple and easy. And even the phone sex callers, you know, as far as piggybacking on what you said, as far as, you know, guys being good men, I was talking to a girlfriend of mine about that, and she's like, you know, it's crazy because she's on Night Flirt, and she's like, it's crazy how some of the guys, you know, do this, you know, for years, and they've never cheated on their wife. Their wife hasn't had sex with them for 10, 20 years, you know, and she just says, okay, well, just go call a phone sex line, you know, and do all that. And that they just still will not cheat or will not, you know, go outside of their marriage. And to me, it's so beautiful that, you know, where we're kind of sometimes made to think, well, you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to put out here and whatever. And, you know, or else he's going to go elsewhere, when it's so many guys whose wife doesn't even understand their fetish, who doesn't care to understand, you know, sends them off somewhere to go and do this. And they still just have this love for her and this commitment and say, no, I said this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And so kind of giving that, you know, medium range. So I definitely do like that. So let's see, because I know it's been some time, so I don't want it to make this too long. Okay, yeah. So we have because I wanted to make it about 30 minutes. I didn't want it to be extra long because people skip through anyway. So, okay, so the last few minutes, what would you say to that person that's kind of on the fence with this? Doesn't know if it's for her. Doesn't know if she can make money. What would you say to that person, to the old you a year and something ago?
I would say invest in yourself. Like with anything in life, you just have to take a chance. You know, I was so scared before, like right before starting this, because like I didn't really know what to expect. You know, like I'm just watching these girls on YouTube and they're talking about their phone sex business. And then, you know, I watched all the interviews and everything. But I was just so unsure. Like I didn't know. And also, you know, there was the shame, you know, behind this industry. And like, you know, I definitely didn't want to tell my family. I mean, most of them still don't know. So there was that, and like me thinking about, oh, what people are going to think or whatever. And then I just had to tell myself, you know, I don't have to tell people like what I do, just keep it to myself. It's just a way to make money. It's a stepping stone for me. It's what I want to make it. And I decided to invest. And when I, you know, found out that there was payment plans, there was really no other excuse for me to do it. And for me personally, like whenever I, you know, like have my mindset on something, like I just want to do it. So like if you're, you know, skeptical or whatever, just do the payment plan, try it, and just do it, you know. Yeah. I mean, what do you have to lose?
Right. We don't have the payment plan anymore. However, what we advise people to do is just start with the course, get their bio, and just kind of buy it piece by piece, because you can make money with just the course and a bio, you know. Get your model, you know, piece by piece. You might not make as much. However, something is better than nothing. And honestly, I would say, and you can tell me if you disagree, once you get those first few calls, the price of the package is nothing to you, you know?
Yeah.
So tell us about that too before we end. So how now, looking back at the price and how much, you know, you've made, what would you say about that?
I would say it's totally worth it, if not worth more, actually. It's just so valuable. I love the PSO like one-on-one portion of. You guys are so funny in the recording. Yes. But it's like really good information, like stuff that you would never ever like know. You know, and it's gonna help you make money. I mean, why not do it? And like you just said, even if the payment plan is not there anymore, like just buy a little by little. And as you start to make money, which you will, buy everything that you need. Right. And you're good.
Perfect. And is there anything else that you want to share?
No, I would just say, like go out there and do what you want to do, girls. Don't, and guys, don't make people make you feel like, you should be ashamed or whatever. And also you don't have to disclose anything that you don't want to disclose, and just live your life for what you want to do. And thank you, Total of Service. You're awesome.
Thank you. Okay, well, that concludes. And really, really, thank you so much as well for being willing to share this. A lot of people, and I get it. Trust me, if I was not Buddhist, y'all wouldn't be seeing no total lip service. I'll tell you that, okay? At the peak of total lip service does not meet like my lowest month with phone sex. And with phone sex, I ain't got to worry about no employees, nobody. I just got to worry about me. But, but I'm Buddhist and I like to create for other people as well. So thank you too for just being willing to kind of like, keep the laddering on for someone else. Because a lot of people, boy, they make that money when you not hear from them, okay? You're like, we have to reach out to them and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm making $3,000 a week or whatever. And it's like, damn, okay. Let someone know. But, so really, thank you for being willing to do this. I know that too, and being willing to, show even a piece of yourself, because I know how difficult, that kind of stuff is, especially as a phone sex operator, because your identity essentially is just kept completely private. Yeah. And so really, really thank you, especially for the people that are watching this. So many people, just like you, watch these testimonials and it lets them know, like, that's a person just like me, There's only so much I can say because I didn't have total lip service. I can tell you about struggling for 3 years and making nickels and dimes, and doing a lot of research and lots of hangups and all of that. But that kind of being able to, that fast track, and kind of that help, I really don't know what that's like. And so, for you to be able to share that with other people, and especially with me, because it keeps me going. As I said, like, this is not compared to what I make as a phone sex operator. And so things like that is my why, to be able to light the lamp for someone else, especially another Black girl. I didn't even know you were Black until today. And so,
wow.
And so, no, I really, because I've only seen your model,
Yeah.
And so, I know it's a model we sell, and so I know that, it's a model, but at the same time, you just, you forget. You kind of picture the person looking like this. It's like, I'm a phone sex caller. I'm full now, And so, especially, but I mean, period, no matter what rate or race or creed or whatever, what have you, just being able to change the lifestyle of someone else and to change the way someone else views money, because money essentially, it makes up everything, about us, like how much time we spend on it makes a difference in how much free time we have to do other things. It really does. It can't buy happiness, but it can buy free time. And it can buy fun moments and things like that. And so to know that, that it's working, essentially, that. And so I am looking forward to getting you to that 6-figure income, and, being able to share that as of right now. And this is for everybody. As I said, we are expanding and I won't be able to do consultations too much longer. And so I do want other 6-figure operators out there to be able to handle those consultations and to help other people. And so anyone that's watching, if you're willing to do an interview, you can also attend with that program. And when we get our own platform, it will be more of a mentorship type program, because at that point, I'm benefiting from you guys making more. And so, and so it will be a little more ongoing and, pretty hands-on. It will be a very, very, very selective few. Of course, no doubt about it, you will be, if you would like to work on it, you are more than welcome. So it will be a selective few, and it will be more of a, working on the platform, but also a mentorship program, where we are getting ongoing help and feedback. And also teaching you guys those other mechanisms to what I call the PSO retirement plan. And, kind of how to keep the money going when you're ready to stop working. And so all of that, so I total lip service is kind of for, that step, because before you can even get there, you really have to kind of break those shells, as you were saying, of knowing money's easy, and so with that platform, I won't be starting at the basics, it will be people who have experience. They know that. They know how to keep the collar on the line, and so it'll be more navigating around that, getting more callers, getting things residual, and all of that fun stuff. So, be looking forward to that. So anyway, we'll wrap this up. You have a wonderful night. I need to eat dinner. And I'm sure you have your things to do. And again, thank you so, so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.